Is it fine? Please tell me. Is it fine? What about the screen right now? Okay. Now screen is visible. So shall I start? Start now. Please respond. Hurry up. Okay. Fine. Fine. But I am unable to hear you all. Unmute yourself and then you can speak. Okay, fine. So let me record this meeting. Okay, fine. Bayesian classification. Okay, we are right now going to see the various classifiers. Okay, various classifiers are the first we are going to see. This is a Bayesian classification. See what it is. When we talk about classifiers, we in the previous lecture I have talked about how a classifier works. Bayesian classification. So if you observe this, it's a statistical classifier, means it works on statistical basis. That is, it performs probabilistic prediction. So for this point of view, when we talk about Bayesian classification, we must have a clear about idea about this probability. So my first question is how we can say that probability. Okay, what is the minimum and maximum value of probability? Please tell me. What is the range of probability? Answer this query first. What is range of probability? If we calculate probability, what we get? Range of probability, that is probability varies from. What is the range of probability? Please answer, hurry up. Yes, it's Anumeha. Okay, it is 0 to 1. This is the range. So every time we will get the probability in the range 0 to 1. 0 is the minimum probability and 1 is the maximum one. So our this Bayes classifier works on this probabilistic prediction. Foundation is Bayes theorem. Performance is, you can say that Naive Bayesian classification has a comparable performance with decision tree. Decision tree is another classifier as well as neural network classifier. So that's why we have chosen to study Bayesian classification. It is incremental. Each time example can incrementally increase, decrease the probability that a hypothesis is correct. Prior knowledge can be combined with observed data. Means that more the data is used for training, more is the accuracy. So it's incremental. If we talk about the standard, Bayesian methods are computable, intraceable. We cannot trace it because they are based on probability. They can just only provide a standard of optimal decision making against which the other methods can be traced. To see how it works, we are going to see in detail this classifier. Suppose this is a given data set. See the data set. In that we have attribute age, the other attribute is income, the other attribute is this student, then the other is credit rating, and then we have by computer. So here by default we have chosen this by computer as our class, and age, income, student, and credit rating as our attributes. So if you see here, the by computer class has two distinct values. The first value is by computer, yes, and the second one is by computer? No. So if you observe any of the data, say first one, the age is youth, income is high, the person is not a student, and credit rating is fair, then the person does not buy computer. This one is observed data, means it has happened. Then the person is senior, income is medium, student, no, credit rating is excellent, then the person buys computer, no. In the similar way, you can read all the data. All these data has been observed. Okay. And what is the result? The result is in terms of class whose value is given by computer, yes or no. Now, what we want to do? We want to find out the class of an unknown tuple where the attribute age is having the value youth, income having the value medium, student yes, and credit rating fair. This is our target. This thing is given to us, and based on this data, we are going to make a classifier known as Bayesian classifier, and we are going to predict which class it will belong to. So if you see here, you can say that this data is not particularly present at all in this set. It is not present now. You can see and check it. It is not present. So how it is done? See here. Let me admit Ayushman. Okay. So how it works? Let us see. This is our target to study. Bayes theorem. First of all, we should know the basics. What is the basic behind this? It is, you can say, dependent probability. What it is showing over here is P at given X means event X has happened, and in the occurrence of event X, we are going to calculate the occurrence of event H. Means you have, it is raining, so you can say that if X is my raining and H is my windy, I am going to find the probability that, what is the probability that it is raining, and also in this condition it is windy or the wind is blowing. So this is our target. So see how it is working. Let X be a data sample. Our capital X here indicates a data sample which we are calling as an evidence. So the class level is not known. Likewise, in the previous tuple we have seen this, the class level is not known. Let H be a hypothesis that X belongs to class C. We have assumed it. Here, H is my hypothesis. I am saying that it may belong to class C. So my target is to determine the probability H of my hypothesis given X, that is posterior probability. It means the probability that the hypothesis holds given the observed data sample X. So this is my target. For that, what I will do, I will find out the initial probability. X will come by computer. I am not talking about these things. Let us see this. What is Px over here? If you see in the previous slide, it is saying that Px. I'm not concerned about whether what is the age of the person, what is the income, what is the student, and what is credit rating. I'm just concerned about whether the computer buy or whether the person buys computer or not. So this one is my Px hypothesis. What is Px? Probability that the data sample is observed, and Pxh is the likelihood. What is likelihood? The probability of observing the sample X given that the hypothesis holds. What it means, see in the example I have mentioned it here, given that X will buy computer, the probability when the sample is having X equals to youth, income is medium, student is yes, and credit rating is fair. This is the target. See how it happens? So based on Bayes concepts, if we have training data X, posterior probability of hypothesis H, that is PHX, follows Bayes theorem. Now what is Bayes theorem? Remember, just reverse this thing. Phx equals to Pxh into Ph upon Px. The way to recall it is just reverse the first one, then multiply term and then divide with the denominator. So PA given B equals to PB given A into PA divided by PB, which is shown in terms of PHX. So formally we can now view this thing as posteriori is likelihood into prior evidence. This is my likelihood. I want to find this PHX, sorry PXH, and the evidence is PH. So basically we want to find or predict that X belongs to C if this PCI to that class, if it is highest, that is the meaning over here. So PCI is the highest among all P, K or X of all the K classes. So practically it is very difficult. It requires initial knowledge of many probabilities, which involves significant computational cost. So the cost of this is very high. What means this particular are so particularly this is difficult. Someone is waiting. No, so see here, classification is to derive the maximum posterior. Means we have many classes. See one by one. It will be more clear to you. Let D be a training set of tuples and their associated class labels. My capital D here indicates the data set from which I am going to train my classifier. And each tuple is represented by a small ND attribute. Means small n here indicates the number of attributes for the vector x, x1, x2 up to this is the value. Suppose now I have m classes. In my data set, which I have shown to you, I have two classes. The one class is by computer yes, and the other one is by computer no. Now my target of classification is to derive maximum posterior. Means likelihood event I want to create, that is the maximum PCIX. And how it can be derived? With the help of this Bayes classification or Naive-Bayes theorem. What is Naive-Bayes theorem? The probability of belonging to a data sample X is equals to the prior probability that the data sample has belonged to class B into class B divided by the probability of X. Now, if you see here, if you are comparing I equals to 1, 2, 3, and so on for each class, see here, this Px remains the constant. It is the denominator constant. So if you are comparing any two fractions and the denominator is same, then simply what we do? We just dot compare the denominator. Okay, so just remove the denominator in comparison. You have just to compare the numerators. Since Px is constant for all classes, this Px remains the same for I equals to 1, 2, 3. See here what I want to state here. If it is C1, then PC1x equals to Pxc1 into Pc1 upon Px. When it is C2, only the numerator changes, not the denominator. That's why we not need to compare the denominator. So what we will do now here is, since Px is constant for all classes, hence we need not to calculate, and target data X belongs to class Ci. If and only if this thing, Pxci into Pci, this needs to be maximized. For that class for which it is maximum, it will belong to that class. Is it clear? Any confusion in this? Any confusion up to now? Please respond. Any confusion?
सर लेट हो गए ज्वाइन करने में.
Yes.
सर लेट हो गए आज थोड़ा.
No problem. First tell me, is there any confusion or not?
No, sir, no confusion.
No confusion. Okay. So fine. Now, some others have also joined. Actually, WebEx is creating some problem. So that's why we have switched it from there. Now, see, I want each and everyone to understand it very carefully because on this you will get numerical in university examination. Most of it. Okay. So, see, we have assumed all these things. So we have to find the summation of basically all the probabilities over that class in terms of the attributes. Check it. I'm just coming to the example which I have shown earlier. Here we have two classes. The first class is by computer yes, and the other class is by computer no. And the data to be classified here is X is our youth, income is medium, student is yes, and credit rating is fair. If you want to check, this data is not given in your table. You can verify it. If that data has been given, then no need to do all these kind of things. Just see or search in the database and check whether to which class it belongs to. So it is not there. Am I clear now? It is not there. So what we will do here, let me see. First, okay. Persons are not responding. Okay. I'm just again raising the question. Particularly check it to everyone. Any confusion?
No,
Any
sir.
kind? Shall I move on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The things are clear. No problem at all. Okay. Let me close this. Okay, fine. I'm moving further. So how we are going to calculate? See each and every term that I have stated. We have to find the maximum value for Pxci into Pci upon Px. Here, if you see here, in the solution itself, I am going to explain. Pci, how many values of I do we have in this? We have two values. One says that by computer yes, and two says that by computer no. So what you can do here is, we can check for this one whether the person is going to buy computer regardless of any of the attributes. This is, it will belong to class regardless of any of the attributes. So you see here, there are 14 data samples. Let us verify this. We have 14 data samples, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay, we have 14 data samples. In that, how many are belonging to class yes? It is 9. So probability is total events and of in the denominator and occurrence in the numerator. So 9 by 14. So it is coming to be 0.623. Remember, in your examinations, don't forget to take your calculators because there you will get numericals. If you observe the previous year papers, they are consisting of numericals that will be solved with the help of calculators. Now, the PC2 means by computer. No, we have 5 samples that are saying that person will not buy a computer. Say it. I'm going to make it clear by navigating to the slide. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have 5 now. That's 5 upon 40. So by computer no is 0.357. Now I want to find the maximum PXCI for each class. Means the data sample will belong to that class. Okay, so here if you see regarding the youth, it was given age is youth, it was given income is medium. I am going to check it with respect to every attribute. Student is yes and credit rating is fair. So I am going to check all these attributes for the class belonging to yes or no, whether the person will buy computer yes or it will buy computer no. This thing I am going to check. So how I will check it? See here, the data given to me was X is AX, that is age was youth, income was medium, student was yes, and credit rating was fair. Okay, so how it will be checked? You just go only for the particular youth, and in that yes. Okay, particularly we are going only for the youth, the samples that belongs to yes. So we have total 9 yes, so 9 in the denominator, and in the numerator we will take only youth value which is belonging to yes. So see in the data set, youth yes, youth, one youth is here, yes, and other youth is there, yes. So we have two youth, okay, which belong to class yes. So 2 upon 9. Similarly, out of this 5 no, how many are belonging to youth no? So if you check it, you will find that for youth no, then here youth no, and one more you see if it is there, it is youth no. Okay, so we have 3 data sets. So 3 upon 5. So probability for age youth and the person will buy computer, or in reverse order we can say that the probability that buy computer is yes and the age is youth is 2 upon 9. Similarly, the probability of buy computer no and the age is youth is 3 by 5. So we have calculated the yes and the no probability. Similarly, we will calculate for income medium by computer yes, for income medium by computer no, because in our target set we are given income is medium, so that's why we are concerned with this medium. Then we go for student yes and by computer yes, then student yes and by computer no, because we are provided this thing by student yes. Let me check the chat. Someone will ask some sir, due to network to the meeting get this one. I try to join again. So Aniket, some problem is there with Aniket. Aniket. Okay. So let me respond to this person. Okay. Okay. What it means, no, sir? Is it understandable to all? Any confusion? Any confusion up to here? Nice. Now I request all of you. I am seeing over here 43 students. Student attendance is very important. So write your name and roll number in the chat box. Name and roll number. If the meeting gets disconnected, so there will be no problem, but do it fast. Name and roll number. We start it, do it right now, and pay attention. So Aniket, I have got your response, so no matter. Okay, so we are left with a few minutes. See here. So for income, we have checked. Yes, in income, where it is medium and the person who purchased computer, the occurrence is 4. So we have divided it by 9. So 0.44 for income, it is medium, and by computer, no, it is 2 by 5, 0.4. For a student, yes, and is by computer, yes, it's by 9, and so on. So we have got all the data. Now we will check whether this will belong to yes or no with this concept. See here, PXCI. First, the value of one was by computer, yes, and the other was by computer, no. So in the slide you have seen, we have to maximize PCI into PXCI. Okay, so PCI means is my first CI, that by computer, yes, and it is 0.643. So let us first calculate all the XCI. So XCI for computer, yes, is multiply all the yes. So 0.22 into 0.444 into 0.667 into 0.667. Okay. So you will get this value, that is 0.044. Similarly, for no, you will get this 0.019 by multiplying all the no occurrences. Now, in this way, you have got the value of x is yes is 0.044 and the value for my computer no is 0.019. Now we have to maximize it with the help multiplying into CI. So yes will multiply with class yes and no will multiply with class no. So see here, if you multiply, what you will get here? You multiply s yes with yes. So first yes was the whole class yes, PCI, it was 0.643. And when you multiply this 0.643 with 0.044, that is yes, you will get 0.028. Similarly, when you multiply this no class, that is 0.357 with 0.007, you will get the, sorry, this 0.19, this one. So you will get the value for no class. After calculating these values, see what is happening here. Okay, now I'm waiting. The value you will get here is this thing. X belongs to class yes. Why? Because for yes it is 0.028 and for no the value of probability by Davis classifier comes to be 0.007. So obviously we can say which one is higher. Which one is higher? It is yes. So let's see here, this one is greater than 0.028, 0.007. That makes it 0.068. So this value, your point, we have got this maximum value for yes, it is, the value is 0.028, and for no, the value is 0.007. Okay, so yes has maximum value. That's why data sample will belong to class yes. So now I request if anything further needs to be clarified to you. So again, any confusion, you may ask it. Any confusion up to here? It's a very important numerical asked in many of the times in university examination. Remember, it's important numerical and asked in examinations also. So if any confusion, let me know. Let me know for any confusion. I'm waiting. Please respond. Please respond for any confusion or not. Say yes or no. So may proceed further? No confusion. Okay. So I'm getting the responses. Okay, fine. So now I'm going to conclude all the things. We are left with 3 minutes. I think the timer has been set to 30 minutes. So you don't need have to reconnect yourself. Don't worry. But see the basic things. So what are the advantages if you see here? It is easy to implement. Attendance is over. I think everyone has marked his attendance. So I treating as attendance over. I'm going to copy it. Also, I'll save it. Don't worry, but I prefer to take attendance from your side. So further, if you have any query, you can just raise your question. Let me just put the attendance. So hurry up for your attendance. I'm waiting. And further any query you can ask. So 3 persons more have given their attendance. Further, if anyone is left out, please tell me. So we were at this point. It is very easy to implement. Good results obtained in most of the cases. The disadvantage is there is too much calculation of probability, and the practical dependency exists among variables. Example, hospital, patient profile, family history, diabetic patient. Dependency among these cannot be modeled by naive-Bayes classifier. That's why it is not useful in that kind of activity. So we stop here today. And again, I welcome your queries if any. Okay. And very important thing, you need to revise all the things. And if further any question is there, any confusion is there, please feel free to ask in any of the lectures. Okay. So I'm waiting for the few minutes, 20 minutes. Those who have Ayushman saying.